An abstention, if you look up the definition, it's a no vote. So if you want to vote no, just vote no.
Abstain. I abstain. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to Troy Story, a podcast for the Collar City, where we explore the history and people of Troy, New York, one conversation at a time. I'm your host, John Salka. Today is a short episode that breaks from the normal interview format as we dig into a head-scratching moment during a recent city council meeting that took me down a rabbit hole of public records, video of public meetings, and news reporting from the last decade. I wrote this episode as a reminder about the ease in which lies can be told as truths and how quickly they become fact when they go unchallenged. On June 16th, 2025, Troy's City Council gathered at City Hall in the historic Headley Building, located along New York's iconic Hudson River in upstate New York.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Troy City Council Finance Committee meeting.
This particular meeting was called for the council to consider legislation to allow the city to borrow money for the purchase of new equipment, new apparatus, facility upgrades, construction of a new fire station in Troy's Lansingburg neighborhood, and other public safety investments in Troy's fire department. While the city council ultimately approved nearly all the borrowing requests that evening, one council member noted they would be abstaining from the debate and vote to avoid the perception of a conflict of interest involving a family member under consideration for a job with the department. Now, normally an abstention would occur without much controversy, but in this case, Troy's mayor, Carmela Mantello, approached the podium to, among other things, single out this council member for their decision to abstain from the discussion and vote.
I would just ask the council, if you don't support it, just say, I don't support it, but don't give I abstain or whatever. You have that right.
However, what immediately caught my attention was Mantello's claim that an abstention was not necessary, and then referenced her own votes during her terms on the city council to approve labor contracts between the city and the Troy Police Benevolent Association, or PBA, the union which represents Troy's rank-and-file police officers, despite her own potential conflict of interest, her own relative, a nephew, who served as its president.
I have a nephew who is literally a police sergeant. I voted for the contracts and I asked for an opinion from Corporation Counsel, which really should have been asked prior to this, but that's your prerogative.
However, what Mayor Mantello said simply is not true and can be immediately debunked using video records and previous news coverage. Let's rewind the tape to 2019. On August 1st, 2019, the City Council was reviewing a proposed labor contract for Troy's PBA that night.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the finance meeting. We'll take a roll call. Councilmember Gully.
Here.
Councilmember Garrett. Here. Councilmember Parator. Here.
Carmela Mantello was serving as council president and presiding over the discussion that night.
Is Ordinance 68, ordinance authorizing and ratifying the memorandum of agreement by and between the City of Troy and the Troy Police Benevolent Association. Council President Mantello at the request of the administration. Do I have a motion? Motion, Councilmember.
During the Finance Committee meeting, Mantello spoke positively about the contract, but then she noted she would abstain from the vote to avoid any appearance of a conflict of interest, even if one did not exist.
Further discussion. I have to abstain. Full disclosure, my nephew is PBA president because he signs this. There really is no conflict, but there could be an appearance of conflict, so I just don't think it would be appropriate for me to vote on this negotiated agreement. However, I do want to go on record stating I fully support it. I commend Mark, Nick, the whole team, the mayor, Monica, fabulous job.
Later that same evening, during the regular meeting, Mantello initially cast her vote yes for final approval of the contract.
Further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Ordinance 68 passes 7 ayes, 0 noes.
But as the meeting came to a close, Mantello asked the council to allow her to withdraw her vote and instead abstain.
I do apologize. I am going to actually ask to go back to the agenda. I was supposed to abstain on the PBA, and my pro tem was supposed to remind me. Mara, please.
Ordinance authorizing and ratifying the memoranda of agreement by and between the City of Troy and the Troy Police Benevolent Association, PBA.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain. I abstain. Thank you.
Ordinance 68 passes, 6 ayes, 0 noes,
I
1
make a motion to
abstention.
re-adjourn.
Let's go back a little further. In 2017, the council was considering an extension of the existing labor contract with the PBA. Mantello again did not vote, citing her nephew's role with the PBA. The meeting and vote on the contract was covered by the Troy Record in an October 19, 2017 story entitled, "Troy City Council Reluctantly Signs Off on New Police Contract." The article reads, quote, "Mantello recused herself from the discussion and vote because her nephew, Officer Nicholas Laviano, replaced Detective Aaron Collington as head of the PBA." Unquote. Let's jump back to the June 2025 meeting. Mantello had returned to the podium, again assailing the council member for the second time for deciding to abstain from the bonding votes. Then, in a twist of irony almost too perfect for words, Mantello provided her definition of abstention.
An abstention, if you look up the definition, it's a no vote. So if you want to vote no, just vote no.
Now, call me cynical, but I suspect Mayor Mantello probably feels differently about her own abstentions from votes on prior labor agreements with the Troy PBA. Look, it's one thing for a politician to say something you don't like or don't agree with. That sort of thing happens with regularity. It's another thing entirely when a politician lies and pretends it's the truth. The rewriting of history always starts small. They tell you they always supported an issue, but in fact they voted the opposite. Or they claim something happened a specific way when instead it happened another. Or they allege someone did something wrong, but when they did the same thing, it was just fine. Until next time, love yourself, love one another, and may Pod save Troy. Troy Story, a podcast for the Collar City, is hosted, written, edited, and produced by me, John Salka. Our theme music is by Stephen J. Goldman at Four Legs Records. Like what you heard? Please give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to Troy Story, a podcast for the Collar City. This is incredibly helpful for getting others to find our show. Want to know more? Visit TroyStoryPod.com to see upcoming episodes, guests, and bonus content. Thanks for listening. The views or opinions expressed by guests are their own and not of the host or Troy Story, a podcast for the Collar City.